So guys, we're waiting for some more people to gather and join us. And once Prem gives us a signal, we'll get ready to start. So please hang on. Prem, can you listen to us? Are there just texting?
Yeah, he's denying the call. I'm trying to reach it out.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, Prem, you're
Yes, Prem,
audible.
now we can.
Okay. Sorry, I have started the live stream and also the recording, and due to some technical issue, my laptop was not working for the speaker. So I guess I'm audible now.
That's okay. I would like you to remove this guy, Mahesh Pilakanti.
Yeah, just a second.
He's been a continuous source of disruption. He's not realizing that his audio is on. So please just remove him.
Done.
Thank you. Because as we are growing pretty fast, we have a lot of people who join us, and couple people they do it deliberately to derail the session, and nothing can change the resolve of the COE to continue with a good session, because this is a very very important session that a lot of people have waited for. So um, can you stop the recording, restart it, please?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that we have a clean recording.
Done.
Yeah, let's get started now. Thank you, Prem, and thanks, Radhya. So, Prem is our wonderful host today. My name is Arun, and Aradhya is here with us today. Aradhya is a master trainer for Azure, and he has about a decade of experience in administration, development, architecture. He's been one of the foremost trainers ever since Azure itself started. So he's a lot of hardcore experience as a practitioner, as a trainer, as a consultant. So he's seen it all, done it all. Um, so without any further ado, I don't want to spend a lot of time on the greatness of Aradhya or the greatness of COE or the topic greatness of the topic. I would jump right into a topic. It's pretty simple. We are going to talk a little bit about cloud computing to begin with, and Aradhya is going to introduce to us a wonderful course called as Triple Fusion, where we are having development, administration, and architecture combined in one comprehensive course. So he's going to talk about how this is useful for it, what are the career opportunities here, um, what will be his teaching style, and any other in between. He'll stop, he'll take a pause in between so that any questions you may have, whether it is related to careers or cloud computing or any of the topic that he's going to cover, please feel free to ask your questions, and we'll be able to answer everyone one by one. We will try to also take questions in the chat box. So if you have a question in mind, and you are unable to speak or you have a lot of background noise, sometimes people cannot avoid that. So please, instead of uh, coming on the mic, you can post your question in the chat box, and Aradhya will be very happy to respond to those questions as well. So today's session is more of a demo and orientation, and perhaps if we get time, we'll do one more session in the near future, and then once you've seen all of this and the questions are answered, then you can think about whether you want to be a part of our third class or not, because we'll have these sessions as premium paid sessions. So, Aradhya, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Arun. Thank you for giving me such type of opportunity. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. Please confirm once it is visible to all of you.
Yes, we're good. We can see that.
Okay, perfect. So hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Aradhya Singh. I'm the part of industry close to 20 years and working on Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing since last 11 years. Plus this type of training and certification I'm providing since last 9+ years. I started my career from Indian Air Force as a rookie pilot, but because of the certain situation, I couldn't continue. And then return back in IT industry. Started with my career with a Malaysian company name was PC3 Online SDN Berhad. From Malaysia, I moved to India, joined SCL Technology Limited. From SCL, I got opportunity to work with Microsoft Skype. Then from there, Accenture to E&Y. And later on, I joined the Genpact Headstrong also. So since beginning of my career, I work with the top companies, top ITs or consulting companies. This type of training and certification, as I told you, I started providing since last 9+ year. When I started providing Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing training and certification, that time in India, hardly there was 6 to 7 trainers available. So far, I trained more than 1,900 candidates across the globe. So we are running couple of batches every year, like 6 to 8 batches every year we are running. This is the one of the new program we have started, which is called the master program, or you can say this is called the triple program. So here in this case, in the same program, this is called the triple fusion program. In the same program, you will get exposure to learn administration, development, and architecting. Now, question is, in market, if you observe, there are three types of courses available. One course for developer, second for the admin, third for the architect. But why we are offering? So I tell you the reason behind it. For Microsoft, it's a big business. For example, certification is big business for them. Suppose you're going for any certification, maybe you have to pay 100 or 150 or $200 you have to pay. So it's a big business for them. So earlier, 10, 12 years ago, there was only one exam available in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. But nowadays, in current situation, we have more than 20 certifications available. So, but the situation is, if you see here, what companies are doing, companies are offering one course for development, second course for the admin, third course for the architect. Means you have to enroll 3 times in three different courses. While in this case, you have to register in a one course where everything will be covered. For example, Azure, Microsoft Azure Development Services, Administration Services, and Architecting Services. All these three types of courses should be covered in the same program, which is called the Triple Fusion or Azure Master Program with the Triple Fusion. Now, question is why this program is required, why we should learn it. There's a reason behind it. For example, especially nowadays in last couple of years, if you're learning X, companies will expect Y. If you're learning X and Y, company will assume you should learn the Z also. And there's no access codes available in market where end-to-end solutioning, administration, and developments are being covered. Plus, you have to enroll 3 times in three different courses. You have to pay 3 times. Plus, the problem is it's time-taking process. Lots of things will be repeated. So what we have done, we have considered everything as a package in one program, where we are starting with the very basic from foundation, then intermediate, then advanced level, where we will cover the administration, cloud development, and most important part is architecting. One most important part, guys, nowadays industry is looking for the professionals who can implement. So here in our case, more than 90% time we are focusing on the practical implementation. Means We'll start with the use cases. Once the use case will be clear, then against that use case, there should be maybe one or multiple architecture. All these architectures would be covered in the live session. Once the architecture will be clear, then 100% implementation also would be done in the live session. Apart from it, you'll get the facility to communicate directly with me Monday to Friday, anytime between 7:30 to 11 o'clock. You can call me and discuss. In case during the implementation, if you're stuck somewhere, then here our team would be available to help you. Means we are providing such type of support where you have any confusion, any doubt, any question, or you stuck during the implementation. In both of the cases, we are providing our support. Now, why this triple fusion program or why this master program is highly in demand? Reason is, suppose you're working for a customer called as a Coca-Cola. Maybe you're going to work as an admin. So Microsoft is offering data engineering services, development services, IoT services, AI services, administration services, and multiple other types of services Microsoft is offering. But for a person who is working as an admin, do you think to provision, to manage, monitor, or automate the development services, your company will hire employee for admin, different employee for IoT services, a third type of employee. So in real-time situation, in one project, lots of development services are used, or administration services, security services, architecting services are used. So there's no access program available where everything is covered. But here in this program, you will get everything as a package. Means just enroll once, and you'll get opportunity to learn multiple type of services related to development, related to administration, automation, architecting, and many others. So this is the demand from industry. Industry is looking for the multi-skill professionals. Means if you can work on multiple type of services, you will get the weightage. Plus, here it will help you to grow your skill. So here, if you're learning multiple type of services, you'll get more confidence. You'll be able to design the solution. As of now, if I'm talking about the person who is working as a developer, they are developer, they cannot design the solution. They can write the code. Similarly, if a person who is working as an admin, they can provision, but they cannot provide the solution. And the third type of stream is architect. So usually the architect is a person who is able to automate, who is able to write the code, and who is able to design the solution also. So these type of professionals are highly in demand. And in this course, we are covering all these. Plus, it will help you to boost your career journey. Here, you will learn, you'll get opportunity to be proficient in cloud services. Here you'll get the network related opportunity. Here you'll get opportunity to solve the cloud computer related issue. Plus it is one of the platform which will help you to appear as a master in cloud computing. So it will be a career differentiator for you. Now, question is cloud. Nowadays, everywhere people are talking about the automation, cloud, AI. Now, question is, what is cloud? Is it a software, platform, or something else? So, cloud computing, guys, it's not a hardware, it's not a data center, it's not a server, it's not a technology. Cloud computing is just a concept. As per the concept of cloud computing, what you guys can do, you guys can deliver your computing services over the internet. For example, as of now, suppose you are working in on-premise ecosystem, maybe you're working as an admin, you're working on data side, you're working on the solution side or administration side. In cloud computing, very similar services would be used, but the way of implementation is totally different. So whatever the tools technology you're using, similar tools and technologies, similar platforms are available in cloud computing also. So in on-premise, we have lots of services offered by on-premise ecosystem like Active Directory, SQL, PSQL, MySQL, Oracle, .NET, Java, server, storage, network, many more. Monitoring platform, analytics platform. So similarly, what cloud providers are doing, cloud providers are also providing the similar services here. Name would be different, the way of implementation is different, but whatever you can see here in on-premise ecosystem, same is possible in Azure cloud computing also. Now, question is, if cloud computing is just a concept, so first, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a concept As per the concept of cloud computing, here it will deliver your computing services over the internet. For example, if you're planning to create a network directly on a internet, you can do it. If you're planning to develop a database, you're planning to create a database, you're planning to develop some application, you're planning to migrate some application, all these things are possible here in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. So here it will give you hundreds of services. Hundreds of services. Now question is, if cloud computing is just concept, then what is Azure? What is AWS? So guys, Azure or AWS are cloud-based product from different providers. For example, Azure is Microsoft own product. Similarly, AWS is the product from Amazon. So Amazon, AWS, Google, GCP, or Microsoft Azure, these are the product from different providers. Now, question is, what is the journey of cloud computing? So guys, during the 90s, there was a scientist named Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee was working with his team and community. He was working on the browser. So during the 90s, public internet and web browser came into the picture. If I'm talking in India, the public internet was launched by a Tata company named was VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited, on 15th August 1995. After launching of public internet in India, it became very popular. People, education institution, professionals started realizing that going forward in future, everything will be available on top of the internet only. So this concept was, or you can this sentiment was realized by Amazon very first, and in 2006, what they did, they launched the first public cloud computing product in market. Name was Amazon's AWS. After launching of AWS, it became very popular. And initially, they started the infra services. Means if you're planning to create a machine, you're planning to create a network, that was only possible, but it was available in public cloud. But the feature they were offering, because of the offerings, it became very popular. And 100% opportunity which was coming from the IT ecosystem or IT industry is going with the AWS only. It means in 2006, it was launched and they were the market leader. The reason there was no competitor available, they were alone in market. So 100% opportunity was going with the Amazon AWS only. This sentiment was realized by Microsoft also, that hey, if they will not participate this race, they will lose the battle of cloud computing. So finally, after 4 years in 2010, Microsoft also announced and launched the beta version of public cloud computing. Although it's because of the pressure they did it, but it was the beta version. That time, it was called the Windows Azure. Nowadays, what we are going to learn is not Windows Azure, so Microsoft Azure. Windows Azure launched by Microsoft in 2010, and it was retired in 2016. Nowadays, we have the upgraded, better version of the Microsoft Azure, which is called the Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. So, lots of places you will find it's written Windows Azure. So, guys, there's no as such product available in market. Name is Windows Azure. It is replaced or upgraded by a new product name is called the Microsoft Azure. So why Microsoft changed the name from Windows Azure to Microsoft Azure? Windows is giving a sentiment, is giving a message that this product is mainly related to Windows ecosystem. So what Microsoft did first, initially because of pressure, Microsoft released as a beta version. So in next 4 to 5 years, it get matured. Microsoft did partnership with the thousands of companies. Nowadays, more than 1,400 companies or partner companies are working with the Microsoft in cloud program. Like TCS, Wipro, Accenture, Infosys, all medium and large companies are working with the Microsoft in India. Even lots of other organizations like uh, Adobe or SAP. So these are also Microsoft partner companies. When I'm talking about the partner companies, so SAP is market leader in ERPs. Wherever any company will subscribe the SAP or they will buy the SAP, they have to deploy everything in Azure Cloud Computing. So Microsoft is recommending to go with the SAP, and SAP is recommending to go with the Microsoft. So 99.99% cases, SAP would be available in a Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing only. So guys, there's a huge opportunity available for SAP engineers also. If anyone who is already working on SAP or SAP HANA, they also might moving their career from SAP normal on-premise SAP to SAP HANA with Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. Plus, there are lots of stream where the market is already saturated. For example, one example I'll give you SharePoint. Earlier, from 2005 to 2015, the market for the SharePoint was really very good. But nowadays, since last 5 to 7 years, hardly you'll get some opportunity in market related to SharePoint. While millions worldwide, millions of IT professionals are working on the SharePoint, means market is already saturated for them. So what happened? Microsoft nowadays there are lots of public and private providers available in market, but the main competition is between three cloud. One is Microsoft Azure, second is Amazon AWS, the third is Google GCP. These are the key cloud players available in public cloud computing. Apart from it, there are lots of providers available like Fujitsu, IBM Cloud, Oracle, Alibaba, VMware, and many more. So some of them are the public cloud and others are the private cloud. But the market leader are these three: Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, and Google Cloud. Google Cloud is called the GCP. Now, question: whenever I'm saying these three are the market leader, so usually people are asking which one is better, Azure, AWS, or Google GCP. So I'm not going to be biased, but independent, I would say there's no as such parameter to decide which one is better. Microsoft Azure is better or AWS is better. Based on the certain metrics, you guys can decide whether you should go with the Microsoft Azure or you should go with the AWS. If I'm talking about the IT companies, almost all the IT companies are working on multiple cloud. For example, if you're working on Microsoft Azure cloud computing, you'll get opportunity with the TCS, Microsoft, Amazon. Even AWS is also working on Microsoft Azure. Azure is also Azure. In Azure, Microsoft is also using the Azure services. If I'm talking the small companies, medium type of companies like TCS, Wipro, Accenture, big type of organizations are also using. So in one company, there'll be hundreds of projects or thousands of products. Some projects are based on Microsoft Azure, others are based on AWS. As I told you in beginning, there's no as such parameter. On the basis of that, you can define or you can say, hey, this is better. All the companies are claiming they're number one, just like the Hindi news channels. If you observe, almost all the Hindi news channels are giving award to themselves and they're self-claimed champion. Similarly, Microsoft is claiming they're number one. AWS is also claiming they're number one. And that's the fact also. Both are number one, but in different segments. They are not telling where they are number one. Both are number one in different segments. For example, if I'm talking about the Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, they're champion, they're number one in terms of the PaaS capabilities. If you are planning to subscribe any service related to platform as a service, then in this area in PaaS capabilities, Microsoft is market leader. Similarly, Windows infrastructure wise, Microsoft is market leader. SaaS services wise, Microsoft is market leader. Revenue, yearly growth wise, number of services offered, Windows security wise. So these are some of the segments, these are some of the metrics where Microsoft is leading. Lots of people say, hey, but AWS is offering more number of services. It's not true. Microsoft is offering more number of services. Similarly, growth wise, initially AWS was market leader. They were holding 100% of market share, but nowadays almost every year they are losing their market base. It doesn't mean that they are not growing. They are growing, but they are losing their market base. AWS started its journey with the 100%. Every year they're losing some percentage, and current situation around 30+% share is occupied by AWS, while around 23+% by Microsoft Azure. As per the prediction by Gartner, before 2000 or by 2025, Microsoft lead in terms of the market share also. If I'm talking about the last Linux capabilities wise in this area, AWS is leading. If I'm talking about the number of data center, both are nowadays both are lump sum same. In some of the months, suppose this month Microsoft announced two new data center, then Microsoft will lead. Next month, AWS announced three more data centers. They will lead. So in terms of the number of data center, both are almost same. Linux security wise in this area, AWS is leading. Whatever the services, whatever the features that are available in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, you'll get in AWS also. Name would be different, interface would be different, the way of implementing is different, but concept wise, architecture wise, 99% same. So lots of people, what they are doing, they're learning Microsoft Azure cloud computing, but they are getting opportunity to work in Oracle. The region Oracle Cloud is almost copy, 90% or 95% copy of Microsoft Azure cloud computing. So if you're learning Microsoft Azure cloud computing, there's a huge possibility that you people may get opportunity to work on the Oracle cloud also. In market, we have multiple type of cloud available. One is the public cloud. The best example of the public cloud is Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, Google GCP. Second is private cloud. Best example is Yotta. How many of you know Yotta? Yotta. Anyone who is aware what is Yotta? Airtel, Sifi. So these are the private cloud providers. For example, Tata Communication Limited, TCL Cloud. Tata is also a cloud provider. Name is Tata Communication Limited. Okay. So you see here the advertise Tata Communication. You see, Tata is also, TCS is also, sorry, not TCL, Tata Communication Limited. It's not Tata Consultancy Services, Tata Communication Limited. TCL is also a cloud provider, but they are dealing in private cloud, not in public cloud. So there are three types of cloud providers available. One is public cloud, where everything will be available online. Second is private providers like Tata Communication Limited, CFI, Airtel, and Yotta, and many more. And the third is hybrid, where some features of the public and other feature of the private will be used in a new ecosystem. So guys, in market, we have three types of cloud providers available. One is public cloud, second is private cloud, and the third is hybrid cloud. Now, question is, which one is better? So if you're planning to go with the public cloud, private or hybrid cloud, everywhere there's some pros and cons. For example, if I'm talking about the good part with the public cloud computing is here is a very much user friendly and simple. For example, suppose I'm telling you to create a database. So what you can do within few minutes, you'll be able to do it. If I'm telling you to create a virtual machine, so within 40 seconds, you guys can create a machine. If I'm telling you to create a call, set up a call center, within 5 minutes, you'd be able to set up a call center with a 10,000 machine. But same thing, if I'm telling you to do in on-premise ecosystem or in private cloud, it will take months or weeks. So that's why here I've written it's a simple and user friendly. The way it is designed, it's a very much flexible, very much user friendly. By passing certain of the parameters, very easily you guys can provision your resources required. Next is flexibility. It will give you more flexibility and better performance. If I'm talking about the size of the machine, you can create a machine with a maximum 128 CPU, maximum 4 terabyte. It's a 3.75 terabyte of RAM. So usually I say up to 4 terabyte of RAM. The speed of the internet would be in Gbps. Maximum speed of the internet is nowadays is 100 Gbps. Average speed of the internet would be in Gbps. So guys, here Microsoft will give you flexibility to set up a environment like the supercomputer also. Here it will save your time and money both. And public cloud computing, you guys can access from anywhere. If you're from Siberia, you're from Afghanistan, if you're from Nigeria, you're from Singapore, you're from US, or you're from any other countries. If you have the good internet connectivity, very easily you guys can access it. But the bad part with the public cloud computing is it is available online. So if the solution is not trusted, you may face more attack compared to the private one. It doesn't mean that here things are not safe. Things are very much safe. It's totally up to you. You're designing your solution, how you're designing your solution. If your solution is not trusted, then you may face more attack compared to the private cloud. That's why if you see here architects are getting very high salary. Why they're getting the high salary? The reason behind is they are the solution provider. They are dealing in solution development, admission, and everything. So here they are getting higher salary. They have higher responsibility. Similarly, if I'm talking about plus, so here if your solution is not trusted, If you don't have the good interconnectivity, then you should not go with the public cloud. Second is private cloud. Private cloud is, it will give you best control over the hardware, software, and underlying things. For example, if you're planning to create 100 machines, so physically you will be able to do it. While here in public cloud computing, virtually you have to create your machine. Performance wise, both will give you same performance. But here you will get the physical control, while in public cloud computing, you will get the virtual control on your infrastructure. So here you will get more control over the underlying software and data. Easy customization is possible and more data integrity. But the problem with the private cloud is it requires more maintenance. It requires more people to maintain. For example, in Noida location, as of now, India's biggest data center is in Noida, named Yota. Okay, so around 3,000 people are working. So guys, you need thousands of people to maintain and manage the data centers. While in public cloud computing, you don't require lots of people to manage and maintain the data centers. Lots of people not required. So here in private cloud, you need more people, more workforce required. Third is hybrid cloud. Whatever the feature you like from the public and private, you can use and create a new ecosystem. For example, I'm looking for AI services, which is very good in public cloud. And suppose I'm looking for the virtual machine, which is very cheaper in private cloud. So what you can do, you can create in your project, you can create machines in private cloud. And on top of that machine, whatever the applications are deployed, the services you guys can use from the public cloud. So what you can do, you guys can create a hybrid type of ecosystem also. Here is a flexible according to the need, you guys can modify also. A most cost-effective model. If you're going to use as it is, then it will be very cheaper. But if you're going to customize, it will be one of the very costly solution. So it require more monitoring. The problem with the hybrid cloud is it need more maintenance and more monitoring. And if you're going to customize, then it will be one of the costliest models. So guys, in nutshell, I would say everywhere there's some pros and cons. There's some good and bad part with the public, private, and hybrid. Depending on the requirement, depending on the situation, you have to decide it, whether you want to go with the public, private, or hybrid cloud. I'll take a pause for a few seconds in between. If you have any question, you can unmute and ask your question. Okay, I think no question. So let's proceed. So now question is, lots of people call me and they're saying, hey, I'm from this background, maybe I'm fresher, I'm working on SAP, I'm working on SharePoint, I'm working on SCCM, Windows VMware, or any other technology. So guys, first wanted to clear here, doesn't matter from which background you are, if you're experienced or you're freshers. In both of the cases, you have to learn the cloud computing. The reason is nowadays 70 to 80%, 70 to 80% new projects are cloud-based projects. Over there, people are getting the weightage, or these people are getting opportunity who are cloud trained on cloud computing. So if you are working as a L1 engineer, L2 or L3 engineer, support engineer, or you're working as a server admin, you're working as a network admin, you're working on Windows VMware, SCCM, SharePoint admin, SharePoint developer, Office 365 or Dynamics 365. In all these cases, professionals who are already working on all these technology can move toward the Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. Similarly, a person who is working on the support, a person who is working as a DBA, a person who is working on the data engineering, like Path, you're working maybe as a Python developer, you're working on Power BI, you're working on SQL, PSQL, MySQL, Oracle, SSIS, SSRS, or you're working as a normal .NET developer, Java developer, PHP or Python developer, they're also moving toward the cloud computing. Plus a person who is from SAP basis module only. In SAP, there are multiple modules available. If anyone who is from SAP basis module, they also should learn the cloud computing. Now, question is, what about the others? So, if anyone who is from cybersecurity, if anyone who is from mechanical, suppose you completed your master's or BTech in mechanical, electronic communication, computer science, or IT, you guys also can plan your career towards Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. Plus, if anyone who is from non-IT background, suppose you have completed your you know, MA, MSc, PhD, or MPhil in data science or stats, especially stats, then you guys can plan your career with Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. I can give you lots of examples where people are from non-IT background, or maybe they are from arts background and they're working as a data scientist. To appear as a data engineer, it is must to have the IT background, but to work as a data scientist, it doesn't require. If you are good in algorithm side, if you are good in stat sides, you'll get the more weightage. Even 90% data scientists, real data scientists, they are not from IT background. 90% real. I'm not talking about a person who is just learning the Python and they're self-claiming that they're data scientists. Python, it doesn't mean that you're a data scientist. Python means this is just a language, a platform which you can use to develop some product or project or in automation. So learning Python will definitely help you, but it will not help you to appear as a data engineer. If any company is offering a position like the data engineer on behalf of Python only, it means it's not good. So real data scientists, I can give you lots of examples where people are uh, people completed maybe BSc or BA in mathematics, then after it MA or MSc or MS in data science. Even if you have completed BA, after BA, if you have BA from stats or mathematics, you can directly enroll for MSc. If you are from MA, directly you can go for MTech. It's a possible. In mathematics and data science, it is possible, while in other stream, it is not possible. If you have doubt, then I can give the example. I can show you the profile where people were from arts background and a mathematics background. Later on, they moved into engineering part. So companies are giving weightage to this type of professionals. So guys, Microsoft is offering a service which is called the AML. If anyone who is from non-IT background, usually they are learning AML to appear as a data scientist. If you are good in MATLAB, mathematics, you're good in algorithms, and then what they are doing, they are learning the Python and Azure machine learning. Either Python or R, anything you can use. So guys, in market, we have a okay, before that. So nowadays, what's going on nowadays? Almost everywhere, people are talking about the data. So the digital volume of data is growing. So keeping this situation in mind, what government of India is doing? Government of India is promoting Noida as a data center city. So as of now, there are lots of companies like Yota, Samsung, Adani Group, Piramal Group, Reliance Jio, GLL, Webworks, Haldiram, Paytm, Airtel, Sifi, Tata Communication Limited, Microsoft, Oracle, including all these companies, what they are doing, they are trying to set up their own data center here in Noida location. Let me show you. Noida data centers. Webworks. Webworks center map. See, controls data center. DC 10G. Yota controls Airtel, Sifi, Net for Choice, Nextra, Entity, Microsoft, Adani, Kiran Adani, Nextra, STT, Machino, many more. Sifi, you see here, including all these companies, total number is more than 40. Including these 40 companies, what they are doing, they are trying to set up or their data centers are operational. They are trying to set up a new data center in Noida location, including Microsoft. Recently, Microsoft acquired 100-acre land to set up the data center in Noida location. In Noida sector 140, there's a anti-data center. In Noida extension, you'll get a Yota data center. You see a 6 operational data center from Webworks. Hmm. So let me show you. Noida is in Greater Noida, Yota Data Center Park, plot number 7. And you see here, if anyone who is from Noida, they would be aware. This is the one of the India's biggest data center in Noida Extension. So similarly, guys, around 40 company, more than 40 companies are trying to set up, or they already have set up the data center in Noida location. So going forward, some part of the business will be available in public cloud, other business will be available in private cloud. If I'm covering the public cloud computing here, it doesn't mean the private will not be used. Private was in the picture and it will remain in the picture in future also. If you're looking low cost, if you're looking for the low cost solutions, usually customers are preferring to go with the private cloud. If the security is data is very much sensitive, you don't want to expose the data on public ecosystem or public internet, then you can go with the private cloud. And in case you want to use the public cloud computing features in private cloud, that's also possible. So guys, uh, in market, Microsoft is offering more than 20 certifications. Here, after this course, you'll be able to clear multiple certification. Like if you want, you can clear AZ900, which is for the Azure Fundamental. If you want, you can clear 104, which is for the cloud admin. If you want, you can go with a 303, 304, or 305, or 204. These are some of the certifications offered by Microsoft. So if you see here, we have three learning paths available. The first learning path is for a person who is from admin background or you applying to appear as an admin. So for them, what they have to do, they have to complete the first certification, which is called the fundamental. The paper code is, the examination code is AZ900, your fundamental. After that, they have to clear AZ104. AZ is the alias of Azure. AZ or AZ is the alias of Azure. After clearing this certification, you'll be certified by Microsoft as a Microsoft certified Azure admin. Later on, maybe after a couple of months or years, in case you feel you want to be the part of DevOps team, then in that case, what you can do, you guys can target AZ400 also. So if you see, we have two certifications you have to clear. One is optional, which is 900. Second is mandatory for admin is 104. Later on, in case you want to appear as a DevOps engineer, then you can go with the 400. But directly, there's no way available to go with the DevOps. Reason is, if you're from development background, either you have to learn the development services or you have to learn the admin services. Then only you will be able to learn the DevOps. Otherwise, there's no shortcut available here. Lots of people call me, they say, hey, I'm planning for the DevOps course. So guys, you cannot go for the DevOps course directly. Either you have to clear development services or you have to clear the admin services. Only after that, you'll be able to do it. So guys, if I'm talking about the salary range in India for the admin is between 9 to 40 lakhs. I'm talking about the minimum salary lump sum 9 lakhs. 40 to 45 is the maximum salary what people are getting in India as a cloud admin or Azure admin. And the paper code they have to clear is 2 900 104. If they already have cleared any paper in past, then directly they can appear as a 104. This is optional. Similarly, for a person who is working as a developer, salary for developers also lump sum same is between 9 to 45 lakhs. And they also have to clear two paper. One is the 900, which is optional. Mandatory is 204. What a person who is from development background can do, they can directly go for 204. In this case, you will get opportunity to use the Microsoft development services. And later on, if you want to be the part of DevOps team, then also you have to learn the 400. So DevOps is common for developer and ops engineer. Ops engineer means I'm talking about the admin. A person who is working as an admin, a person who is working as a developer, both are learning the DevOps. DevOps, development and operations. So salary would be lump sum same in both cases. But if I'm talking about third one, third is for the architecting guys. So most of the people want to appear as an architect, but again here also there is no shortcut available. For example, uh, so either you have to learn the development services or you have to learn the admin services. Only you'll be able to learn the architecting. That's why this course is designed. After this course, in case you want to appear as an admin, as a developer, or as an architect, it will help you. Suppose you are already working, you are already experienced and working in IT ecosystem, and you are planning to apply as an architect after this course. So yes, it is possible. Maybe after this course, you are planning to apply as admin. That's also possible. So it means one target and multiple solution. You have to learn one. You have to learn one course where you'll get the opportunity to learn the development services, automation services, platform services, which means and another type of services with the architecting in the live session. Now again, I'll take a pause for a few seconds. If you have any question, then please unmute and ask your question, guys. Sakshi, Samir, Vignesh, Vishwanath, Pawan, Mohit, Bharadwaj, Arvind, Anand, Amrita, Ali. Any question from anyone?
I just wanted to confirm about the power platform. Is
One
there a
question?
path of power platform for the
Ali, I
development?
think you're asking something. Your voice is very low. Can you speak loudly or come closer to the mic?
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to confirm the development because I think for the power platform, if you are doing a power platform, you have a power platform for, let's suppose, Power BI. Is it possible to go for developing solution directly or for DevOps?
Yes. So directly, okay, not DevOps. You cannot go for the DevOps. The reason is, suppose you don't know ABCD. Suppose you want to appear as a writer in English and you don't know ABC. Is it possible? Answer is no. So actually, what happened in DevOps? In DevOps, it is mandatory. Before DevOps, it is mandatory to either enroll for the development or you should enroll for the administration. Then only, if you have the exposure in any of these areas, then only you'll be able to understand. Otherwise, it is just wastage of time. A person who is working on data side or a person who is working on the BI side, they are also going with the master program. The region here you will get exposure to learn the admin services, to learn the dev services, to learn the architecting services. Manual and automation, both will be covered. So your question is you have after this Power BI or BI services, you're applying to go as a DevOps engineer. Microsoft is not recommending. They're recommending to go either all or one. You can follow then after it, not directly.
Okay, thank you.
If you have any other question, guys, you can unmute and ask your question. If no, then I'm moving ahead. So next is why. Why companies are considering the cloud computing? There are multiple reasons behind it, guys. So one reason is here speed will be very fast. For example, I'm planning to set up a call center with a 400 machine. How much time it will take here? 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you can set up a call center with the hundreds of machines, hundreds of databases, hundreds of applications. It will not take much time. So here, speed of the machine, speed of the infrastructure platform is very high. Second thing is scalability. Here, horizontal and vertical, both types of scalability is possible. Now, question is, what's the difference between horizontal and vertical scalability? Horizontal scalability means parallel to the existing instance, just increase the number of machines, the number of instances. Vertical scalability means just increase the size of the machine. If you're going to increase the size of the machine, then it will be called the vertical scalability. Microsoft is supporting both horizontal and vertical. Third is economical. For me and you, Microsoft Azure is not economical. It's a very costly for individual, but for the professional, for the IT company, this is a very economical business case. Microsoft is offering multiple deployment model. So as of now, you people are the part of IT ecosystem. So here all your stuff would be available or it would be deployed on top of the on-premise ecosystem. So your application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage, and network, everything you are running in on-premise ecosystem. While if you're moving in public cloud computing, there'll be three options available. Are you planning to use the infra services? Infra services means if you're going to provide your solution directly on top of the machine, then it's called the infra services. Over there, machine will be directly or indirectly involved. So in this case, application, data, middleware, and operating system you have to manage. While virtualization, server, network storage will be managed by Microsoft. So guys, whatever you see in blue color, that would be managed by Microsoft. And you see what in Orange color, it would be minus by U. So the best example of infra services is virtual machine skill set. If you're planning to create thousands of machines within 1 minute, you'll be able to do it with the help of Azure virtual machine skill set. Similarly, another example is Azure Network, Azure Virtual Machine. These are the example of Azure infra services. Second is PaaS services. Example of the PaaS service is Logic App, Azure Function, Service Bus, Event Hub, okay, SQL Azure. The other or app service plan, cloud service, app service environment. These are the example of PaaS service where everything is managed by Microsoft except two things. One is the application and second data. You people have to focus on application and data only. Remaining things should be managed by Microsoft. The third is SaaS service. The example of the SaaS service is Azure Active Directory, or nowadays which is called the Microsoft Entra ID, Office 365, Dynamic 365. These are the best example of SaaS services. In this case, everything is managed by Microsoft. Only you have to focus on the customization if required. If it doesn't require the customization, then you can leave it as it is. Okay. So here, in this case, everything would be managed by Microsoft. You don't need to worry about it. For example, Office 365, what is your role? Nothing, it's already developed and deployed. You're just changing the interface, you're just customizing. Similarly, Azure Active Directory is already designed, deployed by Microsoft. You're just adding your users in a group, or you're creating users, you're creating groups. These are the customization you're doing. You're not creating anything, or you're not deploying anything. Here, deployment and development both are managed and monitored by Microsoft. You have to customize if required. So guys, there are lots of stream available, or there are lots of type of services available depending on the requirement you guys can use. We will cover the infra services, we'll cover the PaaS services, we'll cover the SaaS services, plus automation also. After this course, you'll be able to do everything manually and with the help of automation also. And you don't require any existing knowledge of the development. We'll start from scratch. So why Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing? So here delivery is very fast. It will save your time and money. So if you're planning to create a storage account with the 500 terabyte of data, so within 40 seconds you can do it, guys. So here it save your time and money. Hybrid solutioning is also possible. Suppose some part of the business you want to use from the public cloud, others from the private cloud. Here is possible. You can do it. So guys, here pay only for what you use. So here you have to pay for the usage. If you're not using, suppose you have created your account, but you're not using it. So you don't need to pay anything to Microsoft. You have to pay only if you're using. But suppose you created a database. So and or maybe you have created a virtual machine. If you shut down the machine, you no need to pay anything for the machine. So here you have to pay for the uses. If you have created an account but you haven't created anything, you don't need to pay anything. But if you create anything, then only you have to pay. So guys, it's a work in the pay as you go model. Means just use for a month, then pay after it. Next is no upfront cost. So guys, in this case, in advance, you don't need to pay anything. Just use, and after 1 month, only you have to pay. Here, billing will be per minute billing. For example, I created a machine. After 5 minutes, I deleted it. So you have to pay only for the 5 minutes. Maybe the charges is 10 paise. And okay, just pay 10 paise. Microsoft will not charge anything for the stopped VM. If you have the virtual machine which is stopped, for the stopped VM, Microsoft doesn't charge anything. Worldwide, Microsoft is offering 67 regions. So guys, Microsoft presence is available in 67 plus region. If I'm talking in India, Microsoft is offering total 5 regions. 3 regions are operational, is Mumbai, which is called the West India, Pune is called the Central India, and Chennai is called the South India. So guys, there are 3 public available regions are West India, Central India, and South India. Apart from these, two more regions we have. but those are not publicly available. One is under progress, and the second is available, but that is dedicated for the Reliance Jio. So guys, one is in Gujarat, second is in Hyderabad. Gujarat one is already being used by Reliance Jio, and that's a dedicated for one company. While if I'm talking about the Hyderabad, it is in progress. By next year, it will be ready. So what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is offering 67 region, 67 region and 3 satellites. Let me show you. So you see here, this is globe. Okay. Africa, Europe, Middle East, India, China, and other countries. So here, these are the locations where Microsoft data centers are available. For example, West US, West US 2, Canada, West Central US, West US 3, South Central US. These are the name of the regions. Under one region, there'll be multiple data center. Again, repeat it, guys. Under one region, there'll be one or multiple data center. So usually Microsoft offering 3 data center in a one region. Minimum, they are offering 3 data center. And these regions are interconnected. And whatever the lines you see, guys, these are the optical fiber lines, optical fiber cable. So there's a recommendation from Microsoft. Microsoft is recommending to use the nearby location. For example, this is US. If you have virtual machine available or if your database is available here and same data you are accessing from India, so it will take time. The region your data will travel thousands of kilometers. In this case, there will be latency of few seconds, like maybe 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 8 seconds, but there will be latency. In case you want to avoid the latency, so what Microsoft recommending? Microsoft recommending to use the nearby location. For example, I'm from Delhi NCR. Then in this case, what I should do? I see you the closest region. Closest region is Pune, means Central India. If you are from Chennai, then in that case, what you should do? You should go with the South India. If you're from Andaman Nicobar, you should go with the South India. Clear to everyone? So what Microsoft is recommending? Microsoft is recommending to use the nearby location to avoid the latency. You see here? See. So here virtual tour of the data center also you can take a virtual tour. See how exactly the data centers are designed by Microsoft. Where you'll get the panel, where you'll get the lobby, where you get the cooling center, where also your server will be placed. Everything is this behind here. Just click and navigate it. Suppose I'm looking for the, I'm planning to enter into the lobby. It's a loading phase. Okay. In case you want to explore the lobby, so yeah. Anyway. So what Microsoft is doing with the help of these 67 region and 3 satellites, Microsoft is offering the services worldwide. In India, we have total 3 publicly available region. 2 are available, but we cannot use. Worldwide, 67 plus regions are offered by Microsoft. We are covering everything. First, we are covering everything manually. Once you feel you are comfortable, then we are covering automation also. Automation is also the part of it. One more thing, guys. Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing is an online platform. So Microsoft already offering a portal. The portal URL is portal.azure.com. So in case you are planning to use the Microsoft services, just open portal.azure.com. here, portal.io.com. Here you have to create your subscription. If you already have a subscription available, then you can reuse. If you don't have the subscription available, then you have to open your account in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. For each, we need a debit card or credit card. Just use it and use it free of cost for 1 month at least, where Microsoft will give you around 15 to 16,000 rupees credit in your account, which is more than sufficient for multiple people for a month. So if you see here in my subscription, I have $114 credit available. This credit I can use for training purpose or for any other purpose I can use. So if you're planning to create, suppose you're planning to create one machine, you're planning to create 10 machines, you're planning to create thousands of machines within 1 second, 2 seconds, or 5 seconds, you'll be able to do it. So ideal time to create a machine is 40 to 45 seconds. But if you're planning to create thousands of machines, it will take same time. Means in 40 seconds or 50 seconds, you'll be able to create up to 10,000 machines. That's why here in beginning I told you guys this is user friendly. This is good. It will give a very great interface and very much user friendly. According to the convenient, what you can do, just pass your input. Microsoft will accept your input and they will submit in backend to create your resources. For example, suppose I'm planning to create multiple machine, multiple like 10, 20, hundreds of machine I'm planning to create in single go. So for it, if you're planning to create one machine, then one machine, I mean, first one machine, then again another machine, third machine. So it will take time. Every time you have to wait for a few seconds, like 40 seconds, 1 minute or 2 minutes, you have to wait. And if I'm telling you to create a machines manually, it will take time, maybe a day or two. It will take to create 10,000 machines. While the second option is what you can do with the help of a service which is called the VMSS, Virtual Machine Skill Set. You can virtual machine skill set. This is also virtual machine, but it will give you a flexibility where you'll get the identical machine. Suppose you are planning to create 10 machine in single go, 20 machine, hundreds of machines single go. This is possible. And based on the demand, the number of machines will go up and down also. If there's required more of memory, more CPU, then the capacity or number of instances will increase. So let me show you. So if you see we have a service name is virtual machine skill set. What I'm planning to create a multiple machine. Give me a few seconds. As of now, I don't have much resources available. So let me create a virtual machine skill set or VMSS. I'll click on the virtual machine skill set. Okay, machine name I'll pass here EY host, and I'm planning to go with the center India. And we have a feature available zone. So what I'm doing, I'm going to place my machine in different zone in the same region. So region is Center India. Center India means Pune. So in Pune, there are 3 zones offered by Microsoft. So I'm going to create multiple machine under these 3 zones. Now question is how to create it. So you have to pass the basic detail like your machine name, which I passed here, UI host. I'm going to create my machine in Pune region and I'll create machines in different zones. Suppose I'm planning to create one machine in zone number 1, second machine in zone number 2, third machine in zone number 3. Then I can select all 3. And here what I'm doing, I'm going to set the orchestration mode. Plus scalability. What I want, whenever the usage will increase, I want Microsoft to increase the number of machines. If there's no usage, then I want Microsoft to decrease the number of instances. That's also possible. So for it, what I'm doing, I'm going to select auto scaling. Okay. And here I'll configure a rule. A rule I'm going to configure is if the CPU uses, so by default, I'm planning to start with the 2 machine. Minimum will be 2 machine. Maximum, suppose I'm going to configure 10 or 20 or 40 or 50 machine. Whatever the number you feel, you can configure. Suppose minimum I'm looking for 2 machine. Default I'm looking for 2 machine. And maximum it can be 200. So here in maximum you can configure 200. And I'm going to configure a rule. If the average CPU uses of your machines are greater than 80% since last 5 minutes, then what to do? Increase the count. So guys, here I'm going to increase the count by 2. Means by default, you'll get 2 machines. And if the CPU usage is greater than suppose 40%, if the CPU usage is greater than 40% since last 5 minutes, then what Microsoft will do? Microsoft will increase your machine count from 2 to 4, 4 to 6, and so on. So similarly, if the CPU usage is less than 20%, then I want to decrease the count by 2. And okay, decrease the count by 2. So guys, if the CPU usage is greater than 40%, then increase the count by 2. If it is lower than 20%, then decrease the count by 2. And if it is between 20 to 40%, then there will not be any changes. This is one of the rule I just configured and save it. Okay. I'm going to create Windows Server 2020 data center, and the username I'll pass here Dev. Password is India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Repeat password India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See here. So I'm not going to attach any extra days, and here quickly I'll create a network also. I don't have, as of now, I don't have a network available. So I'll create a network. Name is Jaguar India. Okay. Other things we'll discuss later on during the live sessions. And I'm not looking for the load balancer. You see, I'm not looking for the load balancer. Directly, I'm looking for the multiple machine. So, okay. One thing I'll change here. What I'm doing, I'm going to select the very low configuration machine. If you want, you can go with the high configuration machines also. See here, size is higher. I'll go with the low configuration machine. I'll review it and see here. Now, what I'm looking for, I'm going to create a machine, multiple machine. If you want to create 100 machine in single go, that's also possible. Within 40 to 45 seconds, you can create hundreds of machines. If you plan to create 10,000 machines, that is also possible. Within few seconds, you'd be able to create your machines. Now, the provisioning started here. I submitted my request, which may take a minute or so. Standard time is 40 seconds. 40 to 550 is standard time. It may complete in 25 seconds also, maybe 1 minute also. The standard time is 40 to 50 minutes, 50 seconds. Now let's check it here. See here, UI host was my machine. Let me pin this to the dashboard. And see here, guys. This is your VMSS. Now, in case you want to check how many machines Microsoft is going to create, you see here, Microsoft is creating 2 machines. Status is creating. So when usually we use it, when we create a machine in bulk, suppose Indian Railway, IRCTC, morning time, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, we lots of millions of people are booking the Tatkal ticket. So for Tatkal period for 30 minutes, what railway is doing? Railway is adding thousands of machines. On demand, thousands of machines they are adding. And after that, they are removing 90% machine. For example, normal workload is suppose you need 100 machine, 100 machine during the normal time. But during the peak time, you're looking for 1,000 machines. So what Microsoft is doing or what Railway is doing, IRCT is adding thousands of machines or 900 extra machines during the normal period, during the Tatkal period. After it, the number of instances will go down. So you see here, within 40 seconds, these 2 machines are operational. And what I have configured that if the CPU usage is greater than 40% since last 5 minutes, then increase the count by 2. If it is less than 20%, then decrease the count by 2. Minimum should be 2, maximum should be 20. Similarly, you guys can configure minimum 2, maximum 1,000. So now we have to wait for few seconds. In between, let's check what is the CPU uses. So you see guys, I'm going to log in and I'll click on instance. As of now, I have two machines available. I have two instances available. What I'm looking for, I'm going for monitoring. So let me check what is the average CPU. I'm going to pin this to the dashboard. So you see guys, this is the dashboard. As of now, since last 30 minutes, what is the CPU uses I'm planning to check. Okay. As of now, I haven't received any data. Okay, 86%. So guys, as of now, the CPU, average CPU usage of all the machine is 86%. So what Microsoft will do? Soon Microsoft will increase the instance count from 2 to 4. Why? The reason I have configured if the CPU usage is greater than 40% continuously since last 5 minutes, then increase the count from 2 to 4. You see here, I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting. What Microsoft is doing? Microsoft is creating the number of machines from 2 to 4. Similarly, after 5 minutes, again Microsoft will check. If the CPU usage is still greater than 40%, then one more time Microsoft will increase the number of machines. So here I have configured to increase the number of machine by 2. You can configure increase the number of machines by 2, 20, 100 or 2000. Totally up to you. Now it's time for the Q&A. If you have any question, please unmute and ask your question, guys. Vishwanath, Ravi, Shamir, Arvind, Anand, any question from anyone? Guys, you see here, the provisioning is underway. Now we have total 4 machines running. So what Microsoft will do? In this case, Microsoft will wait for some time. Means they will wait for 5 minutes. If the CPU is still greater than 40%, then one more time they will increase the count by 2. So this is very much useful whenever you don't know how many people are going to access your environment, 2, 200, 2000 or 20. Clear? Any questions so far? Okay, now you see guys, as of now we have 4 machines. After some time, in between, let's check the CPU usage also. Now, average CPU usage is 67%. It means still it is greater than 40%. So what Microsoft will do after a few seconds or minute, again Microsoft will increase the number of instance by 2. As of now, you have 2 machine available or 4 machine available. By default, it was 2 machine, then Microsoft increased from 2 to 4. Soon you realize that Microsoft increased the number of instance count from 4 to 6 also. And you see here, what is the CPU usage? Okay, for it's a between for it's okay. If it will be down, if the CPU is less than 40%, maybe for 1 second, then they will not decrease it. What will happen if the CPU is less than 20%? Then what Microsoft will do? Microsoft will delete the machines also. So last time what Microsoft did, Microsoft created the new machine automatically. If the CPU usage will be less than 20%, then Microsoft will delete the 2 machines in single go. So such type of automation is also possible. So here solutioning, implementation, automation, dev services, infra services means admin services, and architecting are the part of scope. Total duration of the project this course is 3 months. This is we are going to start a new batch soon. The timing of the batch would be morning 7:30 to 10 o'clock India timing. It will be during the weekend, and it's a weekend batch for 3 months. Now you see here, now they're not increasing. The reason maybe for 1 second the number reached less than 40%. If the CPU usage will be less than 40 seconds. You see here it was 39%. So If it will increase the number of machine only if the CPU usage is greater than 40%. If it is less than 40%, even for 1 second, they will not increase the number of instance count.
Just I have one question.
Yeah, please.
In case we are implementing certain solutions,
Can you come closer to the mic?
yeah, sorry. If we are implementing certain solutions, let's suppose SQL database or something, and the VMs would be included. So, what about the SQL cases? Would it be clustered automatically in that case?
Actually, here for SQL, if I'm talking about the SQL is there are multiple version and edition of the SQLs are available. Some of the versions are available on PAS, some are available on AS. So, if you are such type of requirements, so technically it is feasible in both the cases. Based on the requirement, you guys can increase or decrease the number of count. For example, if suppose there one solution is where your SQL would be available on top of the VM, or you have to configure on top of the VM. But in that case, you have to maintainability will be high. The other solution is what you can do directly on top of the browser, you can provide your solution. If you're going with the infra services, so the same feature will work there also. But if you're going with the PaaS services, then over there, there's a property available for the scalability. With the help of those properties, scalability, you guys can integrate it. Or with the help of automation also, you can do it. Okay. Plus, lots of services Microsoft is offering. For example, if I'm talking about the data services, so if you're planning to store the data, so unlimited amount of data you guys can store in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. So, for example, here Microsoft will give you a service called the storage account. In one storage account, you can store up to 500 terabyte of data. An unlimited storage account you can create in a subscription. So just think how much data you can create in one subscription. It's almost unlimited. So there is no as a limit that how much data you can store in the cloud computing. Here, in one storage account, yes, there's a limit to store 500 terabyte data as of now. Going forward, it will be removed. I mean, it will be increased. I'm assuming it will be petabyte soon by end of next year. Earlier, it was lower number. Earlier, it was not 500. It was 5 terabyte. Then Microsoft increased from 5 to 500 terabyte. So this time we are assuming it will be in petabytes. So guys, here everything you guys can achieve through the portal. We have multiple portal offered by Microsoft. One is called the portal.azure.com, which is master portal. The second is for the automation. This portal is dedicated for the automation is cell.azure.com. And one more portal is aad.portal.azure.com, Azure Active Directory.portal.azure.com. So these are some of the portal and sub portal available. The primary or main portal is the first one. This is the first and main portal. Okay, so Microsoft is offering. So guys, here Microsoft is offering multiple subscription. Like for this training purpose, Microsoft will give you $100 in your subscription, which you guys can use for 30 days. After 30 days, you have to convert it from the either you can create a new subscription or you have to convert from free to pay as you go. Another type of subscription is offered by Microsoft, which is called as the student subscription. This subscription is valid for 6 months, where Microsoft will give you only $100. The third here, Microsoft will give you 3,500 or 7,000 or 10,000 rupees per month. This is used for the partners only. There is one more type of subscription where Microsoft will give you 10,000 rupees per month for the training and for the training. This is they are issuing this for the MST Microsoft certified trainers. And in production environment, people are using the pay as you go subscription. In pay as you go subscription, first one is free, second is free, third is free, six is also free one, but this is paid one. Pay as you go is not the free, it's a paid one. Okay, in production environment, companies are using the number 3, pay as you go. So guys, as I told you, Microsoft is offering 67 regions across the globe. In one region, there'll be multiple data centers. Okay, so there are two type of data centers available. In certain region, directly there'll be data center. In other region, there'll be zone. Under the zone, there'll be multiple data centers. So here, Microsoft is offering a concept called the region. A region like Delhi NCR is one of the region. Zone is suppose Delhi is one zone, Noida is another zone, Greater Noida is another zone. So these are called the zone, means different premise. Under one zone, there'll be multiple data centers. So usually Microsoft will give you minimum three data center in a region. Minimum three data center, maximum it can be nine. In one region, Microsoft offering minimum three, maximum nine data center. Worldwide, more than 250 data centers are offered by Microsoft. Some are dedicated for the government organization and others are publicly available. Okay. Now I'm done here. So for the demo, if you have any question, please unmute and ask your question. Vishwanath, Ravi, Mihir, Amita, Ali, any question from anyone? No question? Okay, so I'm done. What you guys can do, you take your time, think, and soon we are going to start our batch. Registration we are going to start. In between, we will try to organize one more demo, if possible. It was the first demo for the upcoming batch. If required, then we may organize one more. Otherwise, registration is going on. Soon we will start a new batch. The timing of the new batch would be morning time, India time. It will be 7:30 to 10 o'clock during the weekends. Anyone have, if you have any other question, you can unmute and ask your question. If no, then we can conclude the session here, guys.
Just one thing, because it's the sessions would be on India time. Would it be basically, uh, would it be only about India time, or it can be arranged on a US or any other time zone?
Okay, so what is your current location?
My location is US, EST.
Okay, EST. Okay, so
Yeah, like for me, it's 2 a.m. in the morning right now.
2 a.m. So, okay, 2 a.m. So the timing of the batch is 7:30 to 10. So can you please tell me what would be the time at your end?
30 would be because it is
This is the morning batch. Actually, we have another batch running.
5 hours earlier. Most probably. Okay, then in that case, most probably that would be a good time for me. I think so.
So it's a
Because
during
in that case, it will be, I think, somewhere
It's-
around 9.
Actually, it would be evening for you. It would be Friday evening and Saturday evening for you. For a person who is from US or
Okay,
Canada,
it would be
sometimes
once a week, like Saturday or Sunday, or it
Saturday
will
and
be
Sunday.
twice.
Saturday and Sunday total means every week 5 hours for 3 months.
Okay.
Where we'll cover everything practically. So here 90%, close to 90%, we are covering, we are spending our effort in implementation. In remaining 10%, use case study, architecture designing, and other activities. Plus Monday to Friday, you have to implement. So there'll be assignment, there'll be some assignments there with you. You have to complete your assignment. If you are stuck somewhere during the implementation, so we have our team available in backend. They will help you to crack your or whatever the problem you are unable to resolve. They will help you to resolve also. So Monday to Friday, you have to implement. During the weekend, I'll be available. So I'm the working professional. I will help you to, I'll cover everything in next 3 months. During the weekend also, if you have any question, you can call me. But the best timing to discuss with me would be during the weekdays, Monday to Friday, between 7:30 to 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So I think there's no more question. Let's conclude the session, guys.
No, what about the course content? Like where you will find that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you are the part of the group.
Yeah, I'm part of that group.
Okay. Let me check which group. So what you can do, You guys can note my number. So let me do one thing. Let me send my number in this chat group. In this chat group, I'm sending my number. So my name is Aradhya Singh. Or 1 second. So guys, I'll send in chat window. I would suggest you guys to copy. So it's a weekend course from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. During the weekend for 3 months, where close to 90% stuff will cover practically. In the remaining 10% time, we'll focus on the architecture designing, use case, interview preparation, and many other activities. Recording will be shared with you guys in next after either same day by end of the day. It's a morning batch, so same day before or by end of the day, you will get the recording of the session also. So it will be a live session. Recording will be available after 4 hours only. Plus 2 hours and 15 minutes we will cover the topic. In last 15 minutes there'll be summarization in the form of game. For example, suppose today I covered 2 hours and 15 minutes. In 2 hours 15 minutes, suppose I was talking about the 40 different things. So in whatever these 40 are, so it will be summarized as a game. So means for in last 15 minutes there'll be a game with the help of a tool which is called there's a portal called the Kahoot. So with this one there'll be a game. You people have to participate, and let me show you what type of result it will give you. So also, okay. So this is one of the result of yesterday's session, yesterday night session, where the topic we covered was Azure Load Balancer. The topic name was Azure Load Balancer, and these are the score. Swati scored, there's a candidate Swati scored 16,694 marks. Siri, this one. So total correct answer was 18, incorrect answer was 1. Total number of question was 25. In case you want to get the detail, so these are the questions were asked. So it's an online game. Means what is the primary purpose of the Azure Load Balancer? So this is a question. There'll be multiple answer. Okay, so you have to select. So Kahoot game, or if you want, I can show you right away. 1 second. So why we are covering it? The reason it will help you to summarize everything. The second is it is a knowledge base for you also. Let me show you. And this is very much interactive also. Plus it will give you the real-time ecosystem for the examinations. Plus it will help you one more time summary. Okay. For example, post live. Example. So guys, this is the game which I'm going to start. Okay. So here what it will do, it will give you QR code. So Kahoot, either you guys can use a mobile phone or directly on your laptop, you can play this game. So suppose you have to type here kahoot.it. You'll get a pop-up window. In your pop-up window, you have to pass the pin here. The pin is 664 Suppose my nickname is Aradhya. Okay, I joined. You see here, one user joined. Okay, then I can start. Suppose 20 people join. Then I'll start. Once I'll start, so whatever we cover today, it would be summarized. So here topic was introduction of cloud computing, suppose. Okay, the quiz will start here. What is Azure region? Okay, so 30 seconds. You'll get 30-second time. Means all of you will get this same screen you'll get here. And now Azure is virtual machine. It's a set of data center deployed within the latency defined parameter or physical location within the specified group. So whatever if you give the correct answer, or if you want, you can pass the correct or incorrect answer. Accordingly, it will work. Suppose I'm going to select the incorrect question or correct question. Accordingly, you'll get the answer. You see here, this was my answer. Next, this is marks 520. Marks I scored. Second, what is availability zone? So there will be multiple it's a MCQ. So what is availability zone? You have to select the correct answer. Anything randomly, I'm going to select. Okay. So as of now, I'm playing. I'll get some more marks. So this is type means this is type of summarization. Whatever you learn in last 2 hours and 15 minutes, it will be summarized in the form of questions. And the same question or the same result will be shared with you guys also after the session. It's a very much interactive. So for each topic, we have a quiz, so we have a game available, and we are running this game just after the session. Means 2 hours 15 minutes is total duration, and after 2 hours 15 minutes, we are running this. Okay. Now finally, it's time for the question. If you have any other question, you can ask. Otherwise, we can conclude the session, guys. Here. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. We'll connect soon. And course content I'll share in the chat window. Or if you are not the part of the group, then please let me know. I will add you. So I'm talking about the new group. Triple Fusion. Hope you guys will be the part of Triple Fusion group. Yes, you will get the course content. So guys, course content I'm going to share in the chat window. In this group, I'm going to share. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.